Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's Calorie Crush video. So last week's Calorie Crush was really short. It was pretty much 5 minutes of me telling you I had nothing to tell you. And I haven't got a great deal more to tell you this week. I want to go back into the subject of intermittent fasting, which a couple of you have definitely said that you do and you have success with it. I haven't really attacked that yet, although I have begun to be more conscious of the times when I eat, which I think is a start at least. But I have had a difficult week this week. It has been a difficult week mentally, not necessarily a difficult week. It's been a very busy week and I've had a lot going on and a lot to think about and a lot of, if I do this now and then I need to go and do that. And you know, it's a very, very busy week. Apart from when I'm at work. Now, my work is extremely slow and quiet and at times very, very dull. And that's when I struggle. That's when I struggle with wanting to eat, wanting to pick at things because I am bored. So I'm definitely over and above recognising how much boredom makes me eat and how less I eat and how less I think about food when I am busy. So it's been a strange contrast of times because when I've not been at work I've been frantic and therefore not really thinking about food, but as soon as I've got to work everything's gone completely dead and I'm like, right, what can I eat? And I didn't do well at work this week. I went over to the shop twice. We've talked about going over to the shop. I told myself I wouldn't go over to the shop because if I go over to the shop I'd buy junk, and twice I went over to the shop and I bought junk. It just wasn't a good week, and it's been a very carby week. I've craved the carbs. Now, I think I've already said to you guys that where I am in my life cycle of hormones, I'm definitely perimenopausal now. I have all of the brain stuff that goes with menopause, but I also, despite not having necessarily all of the body things that come with womanhood, I still have the hormone surges and whatever. And I definitely was craving the carbs this week, really, really craving the cake and the bread. And at one point I found myself wandering around the shop. I went to do the banking from work and I'm wandering around the shop thinking, I just want something that's carby and I don't know what. And I stopped myself because I'd already had my lunch and I had my evening meal to go home to. I stopped myself, but I was like, can I just have a sandwich? I just have a sandwich. Now, I didn't need the sandwich for hunger, but I really wanted something bready or pastry or cakey, whatever. And I did succumb a couple of times, although not on that occasion. So I definitely feel that is a hormonal thing because this week I don't feel the same at all. This week I'm take the carbs or leave them, to be honest. So a difficult week managing myself, a difficult week keeping myself in check and not giving in to my cravings. And I didn't always succeed. But as I did say, I've been more mindful about the times that I'm eating. I'm definitely trying not to eat before 9 AM. If I do go into the intermittent fasting, then I think it will be 10 till 6 that I do. So I've tried not to eat before 9 AM and I've tried not to eat after 6 PM. And I know that's an 11-hour window, but I would think that I would gradually shrink it maybe. But this week, specifically, I am trying something completely different. I'm not doing the intermittent fasting, I'm trying something, and there will be a whole video telling you about this, but that's just my explanation of why I'm not doing the IF this week, because I'm trying something completely different this week to try and give myself a bit of a kickstart, a bit of a boost. But you'll see that in a separate video, and we'll talk about it next Monday after that video's come out. Hope that makes sense. I'm going to go and jump on the scales. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to put in the footage from where I jump. I don't know why I always say I'm going to go and jump on the scales. So don't leave this spot. I sit here like this while you watch that footage. I'm putting the footage now from where I got on the scales this morning. Monday, scales time. 295.6, I round that up to 296. I think that's £1.50 off. I did not expect to have lost £1.50 this week. I really, really didn't. I honestly thought the way that I'd eaten this week, I would have had a gain, let alone a loss. So obviously my body must have needed those carbs for something and it must have dealt with them accordingly. But I am extremely surprised, and sorry, I'm trying to get my little counters out of the bag. If you're wondering what I'm doing down here, I'm fiddling around my little counters. I realise that at this moment, I am that person from Slimming Class who sits in the corner and says, I had 15 takeaways and 14 nights out and I've still lost 10 stone this week. And I realised that that does not make one popular, because I remember how I felt about that person who, you know who she was, that person who always seemed to have a loss no matter how badly she had behaved. This week I am she, and I am very grateful. I'm going to take off a little half and put on 2, so that'll be a 1.5 increase. Which means my total loss since I restarted my weight loss plan is now £4. And I am very, very pleased and very, very relieved with that. I didn't expect to have a loss this week at all. As I said, I can only assume that my body needed whatever it was screaming for and has dealt with it accordingly. So I've got £4 on my little weight loss board. As I've said multiple times now, the link to the weight loss board is always in the description box, but there is also now a discount code. I'm not affiliated in that I don't get any money if you order them. I'm not trying to push them down your throat, but if you want to use the discount code, the very lovely lady who makes them has offered that to you, so that's in the description box as well. And also somebody messaged me last week and said they weren't able to find the Facebook group. The link for that is also in the description box below the video. There's a bit where it says, welcome back to my channel, blah, blah, and then there's looking for the bit that says more. Click on that and that's where all the links will reappear then. The Facebook group is also still going well. It's lovely to see you all contributing there and supporting each other. There's been some really strong losses this week as well. Specifically my friend Ali, who you will have seen on my channel a few years back. She did the pressure cooking video with me, for example. So if you're wondering who is Ali, then you'll have seen her on my channel a few times. And she had a massive loss of £5 this week and was absolutely delighted. So well done, Ali. I'm really pleased for you. And yeah, it's going. The group is going well, and you guys all seem to be getting something out of it. So that's good. That's what it was intended for. As I said last week, I don't have much else to say. I think I'm okay mentally. I think I'm doing okay with my mental approach to weight loss this week. I feel okay about it. I've got a couple of busy days at home before I go back to work at the end of the week. I am aware now that being at work is definitely going to be my danger time, especially if it's quiet at work. So I'm going to try and find ways to keep extra busy while I'm at work to keep my mind off eating. And I'm going to ban myself from going to the shop at all. And if I go to do the banking, I'm not going to take my purse with me. And then I can't be tempted while I'm doing the banking. This always thinking, okay, that's all I have to say, I think. Thank you for joining me. Do come along and join the Facebook group if that's something you feel like you would get benefit from. I will see you next week. Look out for that video that's going to come out explaining what I am doing this week. It will be interesting to see when I get back here next Monday whether what I am doing completely different this week has resulted in a major change. I'm intrigued. Thank you for joining me. I will speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.